Today's video is another PUBG Xbox solo walkthrough, and I wanted to do a solo walkthrough of this game in particular because I feel like a lot of the strategies and tips that I've been talking about in my recent videos I applied really well in this game, and if you haven't seen those videos I'll put some links in the description below. So you can see we're playing on Sanhok, and I love dropping boot camp on Sanhok, and it can really be a high risk, high reward situation if you get down quickly, which I was able to do in this game. And when you land somewhere like boot camp on Sanhok, the first 10 to 15 seconds after you drop is pretty crucial. So what you'll see me doing here is going straight for a gun first of all, but before I try and find other players I make sure that I get some armor, and that proves to be pretty important for me early on in this game. And you can see that when I'm picking up the armor there, I'm using my invent so that I don't have to look at the floor and I can keep my sights in a position where I'm ready to fight an opponent. So I land some nice shots there, and then I hear someone underneath me, so I decide to push them early too. And even though I almost died, you can see that the reason I pushed so quickly then is because I already had armor. And because it was so early on in the game, I was pretty confident that that opponent probably didn't get a chance to pick up armor. And you can see me boosting up. Even if I wasn't injured at this point of the game at boot camp, I would still boost up completely because chances are you're going to be fighting someone pretty soon. And there's always enough boosters to go around if you drop somewhere this hot. I've got 27 rounds in my AK, which is enough to fight at least one opponent. And unfortunately this dude didn't have any 7.6 rounds for my AK, so I swap out to use the QBZ until I find some more 7.6 rounds, and then you'll see me swapping straight back to the AK. So I found some more rounds there, which is good to see. And you can see that I'm using first person perspective inside the buildings here, which I feel has really made a big difference in my close quarter fights. And that dude just came out of nowhere, but again, he didn't have a helmet, I don't think, so he went down pretty quick. So I saw this dude across the alleyway there, but then he went up above, so I decided to get a bit of space on him and push back the other way so that he doesn't have the upper edge in terms of the height advantage on me. And I was able to kill him without taking too much damage, which was nice. But given that we're in such a high sort of loot situation here, you'll see that I'll probably pretty quickly try and find a healthier vest. And that's one of the important things to do, is to make sure you're swapping over your armor quite quickly if it gets damaged. And we're off to a pretty good start, 6 kills already with 60 players left. And there we go, I've found a new level 2 vest. So things are looking pretty good. I just need a red dot sight for my AK, and an extended mag would be a luxury. So you'll probably see me pushing around boot camp a bit here to try and find those extra bits and pieces to complete my setup. And there's the EMAG. Extended quick draw even, which is very nice to see. So we'll put the extended quick draw on my primary assault rifle, which is my AK, and keep the standard extended for the QBZ at the moment. So we're still rolling around boot camp in the lobster building, still trying to find a hollow or a red dot sight for my AK. I've got a decent amount of rounds now, which is great. And then I hear someone off to the west pretty close by, So I just float around here for a second until they present themselves. So we managed to pick up a nice DMR there, the SLR, but we are still keeping an eye out for that bolt action sniper rifle. And there's a holographic sight for my AK. So now we're looking pretty good. And we're almost about ready to push out of boot camp, I think. Checking the circle there, it looks like it's sort of pushing northeast, but we're pretty close to it anyway, so I can hang around here as long as I like. But you can see here a fair bit of my attention is to the south because that's where people are going to push in from. I won't really be looking too much towards the north as I come out of these buildings, but most of my attention will be focused towards people coming in from that south direction. We'll stay boosted here because we have enough boosters. 8 painkillers to be precise. And we'll do a bit of loot management there, get rid of some bandages and pick up that extra first aid kit. I normally run about 5 bandages, I think that's enough. I'll carry a bit more if I don't have more than 1 or 2 first aids, but 5 normally gets the job done. So yeah, you can see here that I'm checking out the direction to the south mainly, as I'm right on the edge of the zone. And this dude here, this dude on the little moped, he is a very, very unlucky boy, and I'll tell you why in a moment. But you see there, as he drives past, I unleash an entire AK magazine onto him and take a few shots with the SLR, and I don't think I connected on absolutely anything. So chances are that he's gonna think I'm not very good and pull up on that hill. But unluckily for him, I pick up this M24 sniper rifle very soon after, so he is now misled as to what weapons I have. And chances are that he's probably gonna peek a bit longer than he should, given that he thinks I have an SLR. I see him pushing down towards the tree and anticipate that right peak, and there you go. But I dare say that if I had taken a shot at him with a bolt action there, he probably wouldn't have been as confident peeking that tree. That's unlucky for that dude. And this bloke up the hill to the east made pretty quick work of that enemy up there. But we're able to take him out in one shot, which is nice. I would say he got clapped, but you guys don't want to hear that, right? So the new zone's coming in about 20 seconds. I'll quickly loot up here, and then just over this hill up to the north, there's a pretty popular spot, like right on the edge of the water. And there's pretty much always some action up there, so I'll push in that direction. And you can see I'm snaking around quite a bit because there's lots of bushes here, so there could be sneaky boys hanging around any corner, any bush. So you always got to try and stay mobile and make yourself a difficult target. And I saw that bloke pushing in from the west there across the water, so we'll try and cut him off. And wasn't the best shooting, but we're able to get it done. And probably the final addition that I'm looking for now is a level 3 vest and probably a compensator for my AK. But otherwise, we're looking pretty good. So you can see, as I mentioned in my last tips video, you can pretty much always outrun the zone on Sanhok. even though it sort of just catches me at the end there. But you know, more or less, you can stay in front of the zone. So you gotta be careful for people like myself who at the moment is gonna push in pretty late into the new zone, and I might catch some people off guard, I think. And it looks like the next zone is pushed pretty far to the east, so I gotta move quickly. Oh man, that guy scared the absolute bejesus out of me. He was doing the right thing though. He was sitting there waiting for people like myself pushing in late from the outside the zone, and he definitely caught me off guard. And I think that was reflected in the way that I shot at him. I think I used about 40 rounds. And it's a bit of a ballsy move by this dude, being pushed in from the zone pretty shortly. He's taking some shots, but I can't actually see him right at the moment, so I decide to keep moving. And then I see another guy, so it's all happening. And we tag him once there with the M24, but we have to be a bit mindful of this fella pushing in behind us. And I really want to keep my sniper out here, but I'm a bit concerned of people pushing in from over this hill, so I whip out my AK again. Then this bloke steps out into the middle of the road and shoots at me from long range with a vector, so I can't help myself. And you can see in that last kill there with the sniper, I pretty much lined him up in the middle of my sights before I aimed down sight. And that's a pretty nice spray there with the AK, because I got the chance to crouch before I shot him. And then this dude pings at me from the window across the road. I evade his first shot and then wait for him to peek again. And that was a nice little sequence there. Plus we picked up this level 3 helmet. And it's always when I get in a situation like this, I get a little bit too cocky and start to do something dumb like this. Which almost gets me killed. So don't do what Harvey's does. I sort of mess up that spray a bit and don't get the kill. I'm forced to push in a bit closer than I'd like here. And try and get a little bit cute with the grenades. But we're able to get the kill, and I did hear someone else shooting at that guy from close by, so I'm just on the lookout for him. But from memory, I don't actually find this guy. So I think he must have just gone prone up here somewhere, and I decided to move on and fight him a bit later on. But actually, we're coming back, so... Oh no, and there we go. We're going back this way. I saw some bloke push up towards that rock there. I seem to lose him there for a bit, which is concerning. And that's a bit of a risky boost there, just because that's a really easy frag through that window. And right on cue, someone throws a stun grenade at me. But there's some nice shots with the AK again, and I was able to fight that dude without taking too much damage, which is really handy for me at this later stage in the game. We're looking for a vest and we find a banged up level 3 there, which is really nice. Much better than my 5 health level 2 vest. So again, we're looking pretty solid at this stage of the game. And again, the zone has gone to the opposite side from me. I'm going to have to choose to either flank left or right. And I decide to go left because those houses are down to the south. I sort of want to try and stay away from those a little bit. Keeping an eye out for any sneaky fellas hiding on the edge of zone. It seems to be clear mainly in this area. So I know exactly where that guy went prone, so I decided to chuck a frag his way, and were able to get it pretty much right on point, so that was lucky because that was my last frag. But as you can see, you gotta be pretty careful in that situation because I did take some shots as I put away my gun, so that could have ended really badly, but we got away pretty luckily. So again, it wasn't the cleanest kill for the win, but I think we must have got him with one of those stun grenades. So all in all, pretty solid game really. There was a few sprays there with the AK that were a bit dicey, but 18 kills, can't complain with that at all. So yeah, that's just a bit of a walkthrough of one of my solo games. And if this is something that you guys want to see a bit more of, then make sure you let me know because these videos take way less time for me to edit compared to my usual tips and solo edit videos. So I'm more than happy to do as many solo walkthrough videos as you guys like, but only if that's what you want to see. So make sure you let me know in the comments section. But anyway guys, I'm going to be going away for a few days this weekend, so the next video might be just a little bit delayed, but we'll be back very soon, and the next video that I drop is going to be the subscriber series video. So keep an eye out for that one, and I'll see you all soon.